love me. Mm. I love me enough for the both of us. Okay. There's a specific group that is connected to me, and I am going to be channeling for you guys. Okay. There are some things you need to know in this season about where you are, so listen and take heed. If you have not checked out my last video about Boaz and Ruth, I believe it's called You're Always on My Mind. This is a continuation of that message, so go back and listen to that and then come back to this. It's actually a pinned video, so go check it out. But let's get into the message. So we are in the Promised Land. If you do not know that, this specific group is in the Promised Land. There is another group that I am connected to as well, and I would say that for the other group, there has been a death, if you will. Like, there's been a death, and this has been a transitioning from flesh to spirit. And of course, for some, this is a natural death, okay? And then for others, this is the crossing over into the Promised Land. But let's be clear, both are still crossing over into the Promised Land. Even those who have experienced a natural death, okay, who have transitioned from flesh to spirit, they are in heaven. And for this other group, we are in heaven on earth. So let's talk about it, because this is also a Kingdom Spouse message. And I want to use the word marriage, okay, because it is a marriage, all right? Spouse is like we've not yet made it to husband and wife. And I need this group to start professing from your mouth, this is your husband, this is your wife. We're claiming that in the natural world because it is already done in the spirit. So when you're professing, it's just coming into agreement with what you already know. So do not be afraid, okay? Do not be afraid to say, this is my husband or this is my wife, because that is your husband and that is your wife. So here's the other thing I want you to understand, specifically for this group. Whatever you think is a hindrance in that relationship or that connection coming into fruition in the natural world is all an illusion. It's not true. So this is what this message is for, is because I want to give you some clarity. You and this person were already set from the beginning of time. You already signed a contract to come into covenant with each other in this lifetime. So to think that you are separate is an illusion. You're already together. You're already one in the spirit realm. Hence why we are now professing with our mouth, this is my husband, this is my wife, because you are coming into agreement with what you already know, okay? What you already know. I used to subscribe to a term called destiny swapping not long ago, and that is not true. Even destiny swapping is not true. It's not possible. Not when you understand covenant, okay? So most times what we typically think that's hindering us or hindering the union, hindering the progression of marriage in the natural realm is a counterfeit or delay, or you think that there's somebody else, there's something else that's keeping you back. But I want to break that lie down, baby. We got to break the lie down. It has to die. It has to die. It has to die, okay? Because there's nothing hindering you. Okay, God gave me the number 209. 209, according to Strong's Concordance, means without hindrance, without delay, freely, okay, boldly and confidently, okay? So this is another reason why we are professing with our mouth what we already know, boldly and confidently, because we understand there is no hindrance, there is no delay. What is happening is preparation. You are being prepared to come into this union in the natural realm. So let's just say, because you signed this covenant before you got here, you understand that it has a designated time, that it has an appointed time to come into manifestation. And everything that happens before you come into manifestation of that, say, relationship, that connection, is just preparation for the assignment that's connected to that union. You got to go into the relationship with some tools in your bag, baby. You got to have a tool belt. This is what we're accumulating while we're on the way or while we're en route to the manifestation of that union. It's your tools, beloved. It's tools, okay? You're going to need them, okay? And the other aspect to that is maturity. So let's talk about it because story time. I have been married before, and yet I was not a wife. And I speak about this on my podcast. I have a podcast with a gentleman named Chris Destin, and it is called Let's Undress. And you guys can check that out on my YouTube channel, okay? But we speak about these things, right? God-ordained relationships and spouses, right? Marriage, God-ordained marriage. And I spoke about me previously being married but not being a wife. And what I mean by that is I was not mature. I didn't even know what it meant to be a wife. I didn't even understand submission, authority, obedience, love. I didn't understand what any of that meant. In all honesty, I was very insecure. And love is not insecure. Love is secure. Hear me. You are already love. Love is already secure. It is within you, okay? So when you understand that there's no reason to be insecure about what you're already secure or what's already secured. There's no reason to be insecure about what's already secured, okay? And so when you really embody that understanding, then you understand that you yourself are also secure because you are love. It is fear that is insecure. And so when we are in fear, we're in panic, anxiety, we chase. And so you'll hear about this in the New Age spirituality whole community as the twin flame relationship, the twin flame connection. And it's represented by the runner and the chaser. Okay? And so if you understand just those two words, running and chasing, means that when do we ever stop so that things can catch up to us? When do we ever secure? So that dynamic, the twin flame dynamic, is never secured. You understand what I'm saying? It's always running, chasing. Whereas when you understand kingdom marriage, you know that love is secure. So you can wait patiently for what is already yours because it is already yours. This is also why I'm stressing to start speaking and professing with your mouth who God has revealed to you to be your spouse. Because this is you coming into agreement with what is secure. Hear me and hear me good. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to run from it. You just need to be still and know that it is. You need to have peace about it and know that it is. And that is when you step into maturity because you're not going crazy behind what you think you might not get, which is insecurities. Like, oh my God, is this ever going to happen for me? No, it's already written in the stars. Of course it's going to happen. And you need to start talking like it. You need to start being like it. You need to start walking in it. Okay, stop. You are delaying. If there's a delay, it is you who is delaying because you are not walking in it, because you are being timid about it, because you are not professing it with your mouth. So speak those words. Say it with your mouth. This name is my husband. This name is my wife. Come into agreement with that. That is when God will start to really reveal to you the maturity and the wisdom that you've been acquiring all this time for you to come into said manifestation in this time, which is what we are journeying towards. And even then, it's not a destination. Don't think just because you're getting your spouse that it's end all be all. No, beloved, we got work to do. A lot of it. Okay? And so it's not just about feeding your flesh. Again, go back and listen to the video. You're always on my mind. It's not just about feeding the flesh. It's about doing God's will and purpose in this lifetime. Okay? His plan in this lifetime. And of course, if you need a tool to help you get into alignment with that, check out my Ground Up Self-Love Workbook. Link is in my bio. And do the workshops because you need to be on time, in time to get this blessing. Amen?